Having a campfire at your site is a big responsibility. Your actions directly impact your safety, the safety of others, the forest, and its wildlife. Today is all about campfire safety, so don't go anywhere. Most RVers and tent campers enjoy a campfire at their site. Campfires provide warmth, a meeting place for conversation, making s'mores, and a whole lot more. And let's just face it, camping just isn't the same without a campfire. But the Forest Service says that 90% of all forest fires are man-made. And as a camp host myself, we have become the first line of defense against forest fires in a developed campground. This is because, in my opinion, many campers and RVers just aren't aware of fire safety or have just become complacent. So knowing what tools you should have, how to properly prepare a site for a campfire, and properly put it out is very important. So, before you go on your next camping trip, here are a few things that you should know and take with you before leaving. Check to see if there are any fire bans at the location that you're going to be camping at. You can do this by calling the campground or checking their website. National parks and forests post information about fire bans and other hazardous conditions. These notices will also contain information about what type of fires you can have, meaning wood, charcoal, liquid fuel, or propane. Next, make sure that you have a bucket or some other large container to carry water in. These containers are necessary so that you can extinguish your campfire. Also, don't assume that the campground will have these containers for this purpose. Remember, extinguishing fires is your responsibility. And consider bringing a shovel or some other similar tool to help reposition logs or stir wet ash. Bringing this along with you can keep you from searching for a downed tree branch at your site. One other thing to remember, buy or bring local firewood to the campground. This will help keep the insects that aren't native or harmful to the trees out of the area. Okay, so now let's talk about preparing your site to make sure it's safe for your campfire. At most developed campgrounds that allow campfires, a metal fire ring is provided. It's used to contain your campfire and as a cooking surface. Before use, check the inside of the fire ring for unwanted debris like glass bottles, cans, plastics, combustible materials, and canisters under pressure. Remove any of these items and dispose of them properly. Ensure that the area within 6 feet of the fire ring is free of any flammable material, dry foliage, and branches. Also, remove any rocks or logs that may become trip hazards in dim light. The last thing you need is to fall into your campfire while making s'mores. Place firewood, kindling, fire starter, and lighter fluid 6 feet or more from the fire ring. Any wood that is placed in the fire ring should be shorter than its diameter. Wood should not be placed on the edge of the fire ring or extended outside of it. Following these simple rules will help ensure the fire ring does its job by keeping the fire contained. Make sure children and pets are supervised near the fire, and always keep an eye on your campfire and never leave it unattended. Here's a quick tip. Make sure you have your water container filled and on hand when you start your campfire. This isn't just convenient and helps you keep from looking for somewhere to fill your water container, it also makes sure that you're prepared for any emergencies that may happen while your campfire is burning. Now that you've enjoyed your campfire, you need to ensure that it's out, extinguished completely. The U.S. Forest Department tells us to drown our campfires with lots of water, to drown all embers, not just the red ones. And keep pouring water until the hissing sound stops. And if you don't have water, you should stir dirt or sand into the embers with a shovel until the fire is buried. Now, using dirt instead of water should only apply to undeveloped campgrounds where water isn't available. If water is available, it should be used, even if you have to walk a couple of campsites to go get it. Okay, I'm done preaching. Back to putting out your fire. Continue adding water, dirt, or sand and stirring until all material is cool. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. So before you begin to break down camp, whether you're in a tent or an RV, if you've lit a campfire, you should put it out first before doing anything else. This should provide you plenty of time for your extinguished campfire to cool completely. Because remember, if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. It's your campfire, so make sure it's out. It's your responsibility and no one else's. I hope you found this video helpful, and please share your experiences with campfires, good and bad, in the comments below. If you have any additional campfire safety tips, please leave them in the comments as well. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you down the road. Take care.